Welcome back, Captain. Take care. We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Got it. Heads down.
Here we go!
Graham, putting trash in its rightful place for more than 70 years. one. Learning to neutralize and sanitize.
Don't give me any trouble, okay?
Got my sights on you.
I don't know who you are or why you're proud. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? Yeah, thing is, you and I are at an impasse. How do I know that I can... You've got good instincts, then. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All the palop...
You can't be serious. I've known the guy.
Yeah, that's about how... That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary... So you... Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy. And that... With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. I squandered my chance. If I were a more patient man, I might have confronted Harlow, evidence in hand. But I got in his face, and we came to blows. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent. Take it, You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Clyde Harlow, agent of the board. I'm not sure what to think right now. You told me to be suspicious, but I never imagined Clyde would... Then again, Trask knew he was a dead man. I can't imagine Clyde. Trask said he stashed...
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs. Destination reached. Scylla.
Got my sights on you.
We need to have a... Looks like Trask was telling the truth. It's all there. Clyde was a pirate for hire, and the board was paying him off. In typical... Yeah, Clyde owes me. Owes us. We need to have...
What's the word? What's... Not surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate with his own... That's a... Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done... Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's... You've got a lot of... How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me...
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Phil. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Jackass, is he coming?
Dirty. News, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Easy now.
Preparing required sanitary measures.
What was that? Something going on over
Heads
there?
up!
Toxin neutralized.
Best there ever was.
Bag required.
Looks like we're doing.
What was that? I think I heard
Dirt.
something.
Dirt alert.
Here they come!
Protocol complete.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
This is def... The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I've just got a lot on my mind right... I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that... I just hope I never turn out like that. Thanks for... You've given me a lot to think about. I don't know what I... Thanks for your...
You're adjusting before you... Oh, you're anticipating. You... Of course I'm anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident? That's on account of your stance. Embrace it. Work with it. You're in control here, Parvati. Not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal jerk you around.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Your old hibernation mask. Andrew. Move it, you know, in case you were prone to vomiting. I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium, and stealing those chemicals. Exciting. Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line. If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can. The more, the better. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony. Oh, I understand it must seem impossible to you. Infiltrate Byzantium, the crown jewel of the colony, steal a batch of rare chemicals from a heavily guarded estate. In order to do the impossible, you must first divide it into a series of smaller, less impossible tasks. Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find. Something about being discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. It's fine. You'll be stealing. You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. Of course. What? You've done fine work for Sublight. By the transitive property of What?
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship. I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells. Welcome back, Cap. See you soon. We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
So, Harlow was rottener than week-old Borst. Big surprise. Since we're in Byzantium... I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried. Which brings us to where... See, I'm originally from... This is what... Reek... And, I was... Great! And when we get there, if you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some bloodstains... Oh, and help yourself to the... That... Anything else? What did I tell you? His down with the man shtick was just an act. No one... Take a page out of my rule book. Don't trust anyone. Don't get all mushy. People look out for their own interests. It's a fundamental...
See, this is what I like about you. You may not be from... You're not helping this scientist because you think that crackpot will save the colony. And here I thought, enough of anything. I sure hope you negotiated for a... Ever notice how this job gets bigger and more... Makes... That's... Another is that he pulled you out of hibernation without... Besides, none of this is your... I haven't survived this long by being wrong. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more. I've got no love for the corporations. Don't think of it as being a lackey. Think of it as doing a job. I know you want to save the day, but don't forget to look after yourself. Hey, don't get any ideas. Anything. It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks okay from far off, but once you get close, you realize even... Don't trust anyone, don't touch... People are extremely competitive about cosmetic dentistry. The real question is why there's all these invisible rules and... That's what I said. I'll take stale cigars. I was a top-tier surgeon, but I could hardly open a pack... That's no... People call Byzantium the jewel of Halcyon, but really, it's just paste. Everything's polished and bureaucracy. Interesting like a colonoscopy. I trained as a surgeon. More my folks' idea than mine, but... Lots of them, unfortunately. Turns out Byzantines are more concerned with having square shoulders and...
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Shh. The Phoenix is a wanted man and the board has eyes every... Yeah. That's my code. Oh. Yeah. It makes sense if you think about it, because I didn't know who you were, and old Earth cuckoos would routinely trick other birds into feeding them.
Does this mean I'm supposed to have one too? Fine, but make it a...
Let's go with Rufus Humming.
Forget it.
Too late. I've already marked it off. Can't just go... Anyway, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded. I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species... The other thing about birds, though, is they're Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon. For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here.
Trust me, anyone with a lick of sense gets...
But most people don't. In fact, most... Doesn't that... And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those... But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have... At first, management put up an out-of-order sign. But that just seemed to worry people. Like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box, but they never fixed it. Never replaced it. The whole episode made me wonder if they can't fix something as simple as... After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provided... Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
That place is still open? I used to study there during medical school.
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking. Just remember? Afraid not. Good luck, Cuckoo. What is it? Good luck.
of that?
It's not gonna fix itself.
Don't we have repair drones for that kind of thing?
This was a repair drone.
I wonder if I'll get to meet Chairman Rockwell.
All my hard work's finally paid off.
Can you believe I'm retiring? Lucky me.
That automech better have all its certifications in order. Can you believe I'm retiring? Lucky me.
So what if those MSI suits needed on Monarch full time? I could do it. Easy.
A UDL security attendant is always prepared.
Why can't something exciting happen around here for once?
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like clockwork.
Don't you ever want a little fun? Maybe see a marauder ship get blown to bits overhead?
What a thing to say. Everyone knows marauders can't fly.
Hmm?
By the law, look at those arms. How'd you like to show those off for millions? Kid, you got presence. Natural magnet. Tell you what, you're gonna like it a whole lot more once we... Listen, you got an... A mad scientist? Here's some free advice. If you want to make it in this business, listen, you got a real special quality, raw energy. I'm making a feature, Space Pirates of Moros Prime. It's gonna be a hit. But we still need a...
No job is too great, too grueling, or too gruesome for a Sam.
That's a unique model there. Might want to lease him for a Macbeth production, if it ever gets greenlit. So what do you say? Terrific. We're holding auditions at the studio. Head to Odeon Pictures and take the elevator.
Auntie Cleo's energizing ointment. Enjoy 6 cups worth of concentrated caffeine in every dollop.
That automech better have all its certifications in order.
According to local legend, if you walk around the orrery 3 times, your corporate rival will die of a paper cut.
Unit recharging. All cleaning jobs have been completed.
I don't suppose we'll start seeing monarchs and rabble around.
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing.
Our UDL security attendant is always
Spacer's Choice Free-Sliced Bread. It tastes fresh to every model.
Is Mayfield still drinking?
Idiot's probably face down on the bar by now.
Take it easy. Not like you can get into any trouble passed out.
Nice going.
I've always loved that sculpture.
It's an orrery, and you say that every time.
It's strange, though. I thought Byzantium was the same.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you. Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it. Your walk, your posture, the cut of your clothes, you carry yourself with a bang. I'm Celeste Jolicoeur. And you, my dear? Darling, you and that brutish... I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock... When I look at you, making an outfit worthy of you won't be easy. I'll need... Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? Also... Oh, you cad! You'll be the top... I'll need you to model for me the following. The apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that garbage. You have the bearing and I expect... I've heard rumors of these iconoclasts. You'll have to find your own way into Monarch. I can't help you. Even if I could, I don't know. I've never seen a marauder. Not in... Byzantium is long overdue for a... If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe, I'd probably head to the... Outs? Yes, and I'm terribly grateful you've agreed. Look, darling, I don't Anyway, I'm quite certain Byzantium has lost its... I want to make people... I'm not some common buttonmonger, darling. You're very... Well, for the good law's sake, darling, how can you expect me to dress her? Fetch her here. I can't... What?
I love Byzantium. Where else are you going to find art, culture, working toilets?
Move along.
Remember that street?
The best find this week.
Out with it, you... Wretched contraption? Does nothing in this city work anymore?
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing our yearly success report. Profits are soaring, promotions abound. Thanks to your continued hard work, Halcyon is healthier and more productive than ever.
How does this sound? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to walk into you like that. Oh my goodness! Ruth Bellamy? I simply adore your work.
We've been over this already. You can't rehearse running into Ruth Bellamy. It's not going to work.
Fine, fine. What about this? Oh, my stars! It's Halcyon Helen? May I have your autograph?
Now you just sound like a crazed fan, which I suppose is not far from the truth.